Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital, GH. Star Steve Burton, Jason Morgan, is living out some real-life drama that could be taken out of a storyline page from the soap he works on. More details below. As fans know, while he recently married chef and recipe content Michelle Lundstrom, Burton was married to Cherie Gustin for 23 years and shares 3 children together. The soap actor filed for divorce in 2022. In 2023, they agreed to a settlement, which included joint custody of their kids. As per a recent In Touch report, Burton stated Gustin was making it challenging for him to visit their youngest child, Brooklyn. According to court documents, he revealed that after their divorce, Cherie requested he move to Tennessee to California, and after he did, she ended up moving back to California. Of course, the GH star moved back after this, mainly to be closer to his kids. With that said, Burton also accuses his ex-wife of making it challenging for him to obtain a relationship with their children and triggering a court custody feud. In Touch also obtained official court documents, where Burton notes, Cherie has seemingly forgotten how our family ended up in this situation. It was Cherie who had an extramarital affair, became pregnant with another man's child, and immediately moved him into her home after our separation without informing me she would be doing so. Burton also noted that Gustin didn't exactly give his gal pal, now wife, Michelle Lundstrom, a warm welcome when she entered the equation. He stated that early on in their romance, Cherie wouldn't call Michelle by her name, but rather refer to her as the girl. Burton believes this was done to downplay the role Lundstrom played in his life. Recently, Burton's ex denied these claims, stating she wanted to work on a child custody agreement. However, she also accused the GH star of harassment. Gustin tells In Touch, in the past few months, Steve has started to message me and accuse me of parental alienation if he cannot get a hold of Brooklyn. His messages are almost daily and are harassing. Sounds like Burton is dealing with a he said/she said case that would make the Corinthos child custody hearing between Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, and Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, look like a walk in the park. Port Charles had weathered its fair share of scandals, mob wars, long-lost children, corporate espionage, but what happened off-screen in the real world was beginning to rival the drama of the fictional city. Steve Burton, known to millions as the stoic enforcer Jason Morgan, found himself thrust into an entirely different spotlight, one that threatened not just his reputation but the very legacy he had built over 3 decades in daytime television. Whispers became headlines when his ex-wife, Cherie Gustin, filed a formal statement accusing him of persistent emotional harassment following their very public divorce. A perfect couple, or so it seemed. For years, fans of General Hospital adored Steve not just for his performance, but for his seemingly idyllic personal life. Married to Cherie for over 2 decades, they shared 3 children and a life that appeared serene amidst the storm of Hollywood. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. Steve was married to the role of Jason more than he was married to me, Cherie would later say in an emotional interview with Soaps and Scandals Weekly. He brought the brooding intensity home with him. At first, it was charming. Over time, it became something else. Rumors of separation first swirled when Cherie appeared on social media with a baby bump in late 2022. One Steve quickly clarified was not his. That quiet statement sent shockwaves through the fanbase and confirmed what many had suspected. Their marriage had ended long before the legal paperwork was filed. The allegations surface. In early May 2025, Cherie filed a civil complaint alleging that Steve had subjected her to a pattern of emotional intimidation and digital harassment following their split. According to the documents, she claimed Steve repeatedly texted her in the middle of the night, accused her of destroying his public image, and threatened to use his celebrity status to expose her. Cherie's legal counsel, Marla Jennings, elaborated in a press conference. Greater than Ms. Gustin is not seeking financial gain. She seeks peace. What she endured for months was not the behavior of a heartbroken man. It was calculated, sustained harassment. The most damning evidence included screenshots of messages that allegedly showed Steve questioning her parenting, demanding she correct the narrative online, and making veiled threats about custody arrangements. One message read, "You want to play the victim? I can make sure everyone sees the truth." Another said simply, "Remember who the public believes." Spoiler: it's not you. Steve Burton remained silent for days, an eternity in the world of social media. But when he finally addressed the allegations, his statement was measured, if slightly defensive. Greater than, "I am saddened and stunned by the accusations being made against me. I have never harassed or threatened Sherry. Like many couples, we went through a painful separation, but I've always acted with my children's best interests in mind. I look forward to resolving this matter privately and respectfully." ABC and the General Hospital dilemma. The fallout was immediate. ABC executives reportedly convened emergency meetings to discuss Burton's future with General Hospital. Just months earlier, his triumphant return to the show had been hailed as a masterstroke of nostalgia. Ratings soared, longtime fans cheered, and Jason Morgan was once again central to the canvas. Now writers scrambled to adjust storylines. According to insiders, Jason had been slated for a major front-burner arc involving Carly, Sonny, and the mysterious Pikeman group. But scripts were hastily rewritten and scenes were delayed. "It's a mess," said one unnamed crew member. "We built everything around his comeback, and now it's all up in the air." ABC released a neutral but firm statement. Greater than, "We are aware of the reports concerning Steve Burton and are closely monitoring the situation. While we support the privacy of all involved, we take such allegations seriously." Behind the scenes, however, rumors swirled that the network was drawing up contingency plans, including a potential Jason recast or a second abrupt exit. The fan response: a house divided. The online response was immediate and divided. #StandWithSherry and #JusticeForSteve trended simultaneously on X, formerly Twitter, with fans passionately arguing both sides. "Believe women," wrote one user. "Steve always came across as controlling in interviews. Just because he plays a hero doesn't mean he is one." Another replied, "This is character assassination. He's been a class act for decades. No arrests, no history. Now one messy divorce and he's evil. Get real." Some General Hospital fans began boycotting the show, while others called for patience and due process. Soap magazines scrambled to cover the escalating drama, and talk shows dissected every frame of past interviews for hidden tension. Meanwhile, Sherry's social media gained thousands of new followers, many offering support and sharing their own stories of post-divorce harassment. "I never thought my personal life would become content," Sherry posted in a now viral story. But if speaking up helps one woman feel less alone, then maybe some of this pain wasn't pointless. The bigger picture: fame, identity, and control. Industry experts noted that Steve Burton's situation wasn't unique, but it was rare for such allegations to come from someone so close to the daytime community. "He's not just a soap star, he's a soap legend," said media analyst Kelly Drayton. "And that creates a sort of halo. People assume familiarity, morality, even heroism because of the roles they play. But actors are not their characters." What made this case especially complicated was the lack of physical violence or criminal behavior. Instead, it centered on emotional manipulation, a type of harm that's harder to prove and easier to dismiss. "It's about power dynamics," Drayton continued. "When one partner holds fame, fans, and a platform, that changes everything. Every message has more weight. Every accusation becomes a battle for public sympathy." Some legal scholars even suggested this case could set precedent if it proceeded, as emotional harassment claims from private citizens against celebrities in civil court remain relatively untested territory. Steve's inner circle reacts. Steve's longtime friend and co-star Laura Wright, Carly Corinthos, issued a careful statement on Instagram. Greater than I love Steve like a brother. I also believe in truth and accountability. My heart goes out to everyone involved. It's a painful personal matter, and I hope it finds resolution with grace. Maurice Benard, Sonny Corinthos, was more direct during a podcast episode. Greater than you never know what people are going through. You don't know what's real. All I know is, I've worked with Steve for over 20 years, and he's never been anything but respectful to me and my family. Despite support from some corners, others in the industry distanced themselves quietly. Charity event appearances were canceled. A planned fan convention dropped Steve's name from promotional material. In a world where perception can mean everything, even silence became a statement. A cliffhanger ending, for now. As June unfolds in Port Charles, Jason Morgan remains on screen, saving lives, dodging bullets, and trying to outrun his past. But Steve Burton, the man behind the leather jacket, faces a different battle, not in a dark alley or the halls of General Hospital, but in the court of public opinion, and potentially the court of law. For now, the case is pending, the scripts are paused, and the future uncertain. Because in soap operas, and in life, sometimes the biggest betrayals come not from villains, but from those we thought were the heroes. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.